Best music, the best giveaways, the great interviews, and all the laughter and fun you can imagine. Don't miss the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. It's the best breakfast show in town.
Oh, listen, we've got just a few more minutes to go on the show, and we're ending in style. Our friends from Mauli are here, the Old Mauli Students Union. OMSU are here to tell us about some amazing things they've got up their sleeves. You'll hear about that in just a moment. Before that, happy birthday to George Efrie. I just heard about that. It's your birthday today. Happy birthday. The University of Ghana is pleased to invite you to their second public lecture in a series of lectures planned to engage various stakeholders on topical issues of national concern as part of activities to mark the university's 75th anniversary. Now, the second public lecture focuses on Ghana's 66th independence anniversary. Keynote address will be delivered by Manasseh Azuri Awuni, editor-in-chief of the Fourth Estate, and the topic is Our Ghana, Reflections on Resilience and Integrity. It's on Thursday, 2nd of March, that's today, at the City Conference Centre, University of Ghana, Legon, at 4 p.m. Don't be late. The chairperson is Justice Sophia Akufu, retired. Chairperson is she's the chairperson of the University Council, and the host is Professor Nana Abba Apiamfo, who is the Vice Chancellor, and the moderator, of course, Mrs. Jifa Bampo, Corporate Communications Manager for Gridco. Alumni, friends of the university, and the public are cordially invited. Speaking of alumni, the Old Mauli Students Union is here. Let's say good morning to Richard Nyaku Butelezi. Love your name. He's the OMSU president, and Dr. George Ofori, who's been on our show before. He's the OMSU National Executive Member and the past president. Good morning to you both. Thanks for making the time.
Good morning. Thank you for inviting us.
All right. Now, just in case someone has been living in a hole or has never heard of our very own Winston, why don't you quickly tell us about Mauli School and OMSU?
Well, first of all, let me say a good morning, hearty good morning to all Maulians the world over listening to us. Mauli School is actually the fifth second-cycle institution established in Ghana.
Wow. Apart from the Kipus ones.
I see.
Since 1950, we'll be celebrating our 75th in 2025.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. So tell us, who is a typical Maulian?
Yes, that question gets asked of us a lot. You know, our motto is triple H, head, heart, and hand. So a typical Maulian is somebody who is effective and efficient. You know, you give him a task and he can go to sleep. Rest assured that he'll get it done. We are results-oriented. Our training, the head in our training is all about the brain, how you use your brain. Yeah. But we also believe that you just don't use your brain, you use your hands as well. So and then the heart is for the love of mankind, the love of our school, and love of God.
Yes.
So a typical Maulian is an encompassment of all of that.
Yeah, sounds just like our own Winston. Okay, what is the Podote Agbeshi Memorial Lecture? What's that about?
The lecture is to commemorate some two great guys. By two great guys, the primary one is Mr. Podote. He, I would say, was the one who brought in this idea of Oboism. And I understand that it was just like two friends talking and let's meet at the bar. Then how can then the group enlarged. Others joined and became something that they decided that let's formalize it.
Wonderful.
And having gotten that, his Padimampa was Agbesi. So they formalized it and it became about the first old boy school, and he handed over the presidency. The first president was Lawyer Agbesi. And since then, they have really impacted the idea of old students' union in the country, and all the schools are doing it, and nobody can regret. And even the governments cannot regret because we help the schools.
Indeed.
And just to add a little, these gentlemen are of very great stature. Podote was the first Ghanaian architect to start his own establishment.
Wow.
Yes, the first Ghanaian company to be established as an architect. And he was very instrumental in the setting up of the GIA as it is today. Yeah, so we are celebrating some very great individuals.
Indeed. Tell us about the topic of the lecture.
Well, the topic is OMSU in contemporary times, the vision of our founding fathers. You know, when these people started this, they had a vision. And we want to see where we are today, how how that vision has impacted where we are today and how we can learn from that vision going forward. Like I said, we are going to be 75 in just 2 years, and we want to be sure that we are also playing our role in getting the school to where it ought to be.
If you just joined us, we're talking OMSU. Their current president, Richard Nyako Buthelezi, is here with their past president, Dr. George Ofori, getting us all excited about the Kwedote Agbesi Memorial Lecture, which is coming up. So why don't we wrap up with the details of it and, information on how to participate, support, sponsor, and so forth.
Well, participation, initially, we are doing it on basis of primarily the Maulians.
Right.
Even though anybody who wants to have a feeling of how Maulians do things is invited.
Good.
So we have put on our platforms a way of even registration. If, for example, you want to reserve your seat, you don't want to come and be looking left and right. We have a link where you can easily get a seat reserved. You come and they usher you to your place. And regarding sponsorship, you have numbers, and as I will put it raw, even if you want to give a 20 cities, 30 cities, it doesn't matter. It is something that we all want to do, and you'll be proud that you have been part of the OMSU fraternity contributing. Yeah.
So what are these numbers and details?
Yes, the details. The event is going to be at the International Conference Center on the 6th of March at 12 midday, 12 p.m.
Okay.
And the event planning chairs are Mr. Kafri Lechu, who can be reached at 0244 343503, and Madame Ayele Ayayi, who can be reached on 0244 735386. One last thing I would like to say, the keynote speaker for this event is a very renowned gender activist, a lawyer, currently working with the United Nations, lawyer Hilary Bedema.
And a Maulian.
1969-71 year group. She will be delivering the keynote address. So we are inviting all Maulians, wherever you find yourself, let's all troop to the conference center on Monday, 6th of March at 12 noon.
And it will be all fun.
Yes, the event will be followed by a cocktail, so item 13 is definitely assured.
Fun.
Listen, thank you both so much for coming through, getting us all excited about the big Kwedote Agbesi Memorial Lecture on the 6th of March at the Accra International Conference Center. You've been listening to Richard Nyako Buthelezi. He's the OMSU president, and Dr. George Ofori, who is a national executive member and past president of the Old Mauli Students Union, OMSU. Thank you both so much.